Hey, what's up you guys? This is Junior Trader, and in this video we are taking a look at Nvidia stock, then AMD, ARM, Broadcom, SMCI, Micron, and I'll also take you over Intel. I'll share my opinion on Intel as well in this video. So with that, please hit the like, subscribe, and also please note none of this is any financial advice and is only for education purposes. All right. So let's kick things off with Nvidia over here, guys. Now, we do have a bullish structure still in existence, guys. Nothing has changed in that regards, all right? We are still in higher lows pivots and higher highs pivots, all right? And this is what I talked about in the morning as well when we were seeing a pullback, and I mentioned that as long as we stay above this level now of 128 and 14 cents around, we are still bullish, and eventually you can see we got bought back up for throughout the rest of the day. Now, what from going forward here, right? So I'll take you over onto the hourly interval in just a second, because that's where we'll do the dissection on, or even the intraday trades, what could be taken for tomorrow. At this point, I would still want to just stick to the intraday trades and not necessarily do the swing, other than what my swing bot has already given. If you have access to my tools, you already know that. And if you need access, links are in the description below of this video. Now, yeah, as long as we stay above $128 area, we are still in the bullish structure. Now, let's talk about the intraday, all right? So on hourly interval, you can see that this was, the pivot line, the trend line, the pivot line I provided. We are still holding that as a good support, and things are continuing higher. For tomorrow, intraday levels to watch and a type of trades to take, right? So there are two things to watch. The structure is bullish, so just trade it bullish if the pullback happens. At the level of 131 and 10 cents, that's a good support to watch for tomorrow, and definitely this trend line, that is moving trend line for tomorrow. And also I would say this level of 129 and 52 cents is still a level for tomorrow. So pretty much any pullback in this zone, together if we can stay above this trend line, any pullback into this zone is still a buy if the pullback comes. You have to have a stop loss on the other side of this zone though. But I expect even if some deeper pullback happens, you will still have opportunities. If it falls, you can use my dashboard here for the range. Let's say once it starts to reach the end of the range for the current range, like around $5 in this case with the average range, and you start to see double bottom forming, consolidations forming, it is still a buy until then. Accordingly, if we break the structure though, if we break 129 and 52 cents, you can size in, size out based off of the price action. If it's still flushing, you shouldn't be playing long. Then I would want to stay away from short here though. You can go and short if you like, but I would not want to short it here. Why so? Because structure is still bullish. So unless and until I'm not seeing structure weakness, I would want to stay in the uptrend structure, which means if any pullback comes, as long as these levels are held that I just provided with the blue box here, it's just a buy when we see in the lower time frame price action holds, like double bottom consolidations and things like that, right? So yeah, so things like, you will see like these double bottoms in the price actions, or these type of strong wicks and the buying happening with a higher pivot then, because we're in an uptrend, and that's your time to play it long, right? So things along those lines is when we are in the trend, stay in the trend, let the pullback happen, and you can play it long. All in all, structure on Nvidia, guys, is still bullish, right? You have this level to watch, $128 for that, around that level. And yeah, until then, any pivot that is coming, you can see it's getting bought back up. Take partial profits in the extensions, right? And time to reload is right around these zones. And this is also a good catch that we provided, right? Like once we've flushed, we got bought back up, and that's what the pivot I was talking about. If we can form a pivot there, this will continue higher. That was another great place to take the position. In the extensions, take profits though. Why I'm saying that I would just want to stay still intraday play on Nvidia, not most. Well, sure, my bot has given the swing play already somewhere around here, so that's still in play. So that's fine, but I'm more comfortable intraday from where we are right now, just because there's a supply zone sitting here, guys. Sure, we can test 140 again, but it's just because the supply zone is sitting. For those reasons, I want to trade only intraday right now, and the swing position better taken was down here. All right, now, no, not a swing position. It's time to take partial profits, and then do the things accordingly intraday. If you need access to my tools, links on the description below, you know that. All right, let's take a look at AMD now. So AMD, the blue box I provided you yesterday, I said any pullback, if it comes down, there's just a buy into the pullback for intraday play at least, right? We got bought back up, you can see there. From here, what I expect? Well, two things that I talked about in the morning as well. One is, if we lose 173, I expect some more cool off down to the level of 169 and 68 cents. Otherwise, no, it can just continue higher from where it is. To 185 is the next level. And so this is what also you can be watching on the trend line. Now, if we continue to stay above this trend line, can get above 20 hours moving average, just gonna continue higher. That's your intraday long play. If we lose the trend line, I would still not want to play it short, because there's a good 50 hours moving average support coming and we have a blue box. If you are a good scalper, short trader, or whatever, if you are really good at scalp, you can try to play the short scalp if we break this trend line. But since the trend is to the upside, we don't know how much that short would happen. That's why it's important to trade with the structure. All right, I'm still in the bullish camp on AMD as long as these levels that I provided, they hold. And if we lose that, intraday cool off may come down to level of 169, but nothing more than that. Is not going to be swing bearish. It is still technically swing bullish. Eventually pullbacks are just a buy. ARM, yeah, guys, it's still bullish. All right, I mean, you already know all these things I provided you back from here. I mean, you could have retired on ARM stock if you would have been following my play since $97. You would have retired by now. Anyways, at this, yeah, structure is still bullish. Pullbacks, as long as we are above 177 16 cents, we are still bullish. Even until 171, we are still bullish. Let's go to the hourly interval and let's take a look at a couple of things over there. So at this point, there is some cool off that can continue if we fail to get above tomorrow 183 and 76 cents. That's where the lower pivot is a little bit, and that cool off can come to this lower trend line or the blue box. But structure is still bullish. That's where I expect things to rebound back again. And yeah, as I said, the blue until blue box structure is still bullish on ARM. Let's take a look at now Broadcom. All right, so seems like Broadcom is getting a little bit bought back up. So let's go to the hourly interval actually. Is this a strong buy, or what do we do here? All right, so seems like there was some sell-off that happened here. I would want to stay on the sideline because okay, here's the thing. If we can't get above $1,740, this is a short play from here on intraday. I would not do swing right now, intraday only. If we can get above 1740, 1764 again can be retested, and if we can get above it, it can just continue higher. So yeah, this is the dividing line for tomorrow that you are watching. I would only trade it intraday, nothing more than that. And if we lose this level of 1697 now, this thing may continue lower. All these plays that we did before, guys, those are done, right? Even the long play here we took above 1617, yeah, those plays are done now. All right, so that's Broadcom. Yeah, I want to talk about Intel as well. So yeah, I'll talk about it at the end. I want to go over SMCI and Micron first. SMCI, so some sell-off today again traded intraday only, but above blue box we were bullish. Technically structure is still bullish on SMCI. You now have to see where the price action would hold. In the pullback, it's holding at one of the significant level 882. Let's go to the hourly interval to see more there. Trade intraday only. I would not do anything more than that. Yeah, well, so yeah, it's holding that pullback. If it anytime loses 883, I would not want to long it right now. Guys, we have to go to the 5 minutes on this one actually. Yeah, just want to see some other levels here. Okay, I know the level. Here we go. Okay. If we get above tomorrow $904 range, yeah, it's a long play. I don't want to short it right now, just stay away from it on the short side. But yeah, if we lose 883, we can come again down to the blue box. But yeah, trade it intraday only. Be a little bit careful on the short side. Don't get ahead of yourself. But yeah, 904 and above, it's a long play intraday. I'll only trade intraday though, SMCI, not swing right now. This is just getting too choppy as well. Going sideways, right? Most of it. Micron, nothing changes as for what I have been talking about it already. I will just stay on the sideline. I'm seeing some sellers are really piling up here, and whenever we lose this blue box, it can just continue lower. Then, yeah, that's just turning a structure bearish then on this thing. All right, let's talk about Intel now. So Intel has gotten out of the consolidation over here. It formed this consolidation for what, 2-3 months, and finally did a breakout to the upside. And Intel can continue higher now through the pullbacks. Yeah, as long as we are above $32, pullbacks on this are a buy. But I'm not sure how high it will go. I'm not anything below this level of $32 is not a long position anymore. Just remember that. Yeah, otherwise, yeah, we can continue higher up to at least 200 days moving average again, retest the underneath of it. But I would not put more, I would not want to, get too confident on this one, though. It may still go sideways. It's not a very volatile stock. It's just more like a long-term investment if you believe in it. But yeah, it's just because it's breaking out of consolidations, it might give you a couple of days of plays. But yeah, well, okay, let's push aside everything else technically, right? Anything above $32.21, it can continue higher, just a buy. Anything below $32, you shouldn't be in the play on Intel on the long side, all right, from where we are right now. All right, that's Intel, guys. Okie dokie, well, that's it for this video. And if you found it helpful, valuable, please hit the like, subscribe. If you need access to my tools, links on the description below. And with that, I'll see you in my next videos, guys. Take care, bye.